Analyzing your business can be a really hard thing to do, and it can be especially hard to go about it subjectively and remove your emotion and just look at the facts of what's going on in your business. Today, we're going to be looking at a SWOT analysis and exactly what it is and how you can take it, put it into your business, and move forward in power. Let's go. What's up, guys? Lewi here. Now, a SWOT analysis is something that I do quite a lot if I'm working on projects or working on something that just doesn't seem to be clicking. It doesn't seem to be connecting and getting to the place where I want it to actually be. So what does SWOT actually stand for? The first one, it's strengths. Next is weaknesses. I hope I spelled that right. Next one is opportunities. And the last one is threats. So SWOT is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So what does that mean? What does that look like? How can we actually put this into our business plan or strategy and take away what we need from it? Well, it all depends on the idea. So in the context of real estate, let's go ahead and look at cold calling. Okay, so let's talk about calling expireds. So what you would do if you were a prospector and maybe you're calling expireds, but you're not getting the numbers that you really want. The deals aren't flowing like you really want them to. So we would take it into this SWOT analysis and really look at how things are going. So what are the strengths about what you're doing? And then remember, the key to this is to be brutally honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, this is never ever going to work because you have to get honest so you can fix what the problem is and then move on. So strengths. Strengths is the easy part. You can list your strengths all day, every day. So let's just list a few of them and see what our strengths are in this scenario. So I've just kind of put three generic things right here. So our strengths here right now for calling expired is I have a good script. I know it's a good script because I got it from someone like Brandon Morenin or something like that. I have good work ethic. I'm putting in 4 hours a day of prospecting, no problem. And then I have good manners. On the phone, I say, sir, I say, ma'am. You know, I'm very polite and courteous on the phone. So those are strengths that I know I have. When I'm calling, those are the things that I can rely on. I can rely on that good script. I can rely that I've got 4 hours in my day that I'm just going to go through it all. And then I can rely that I'm presentable on the phone. I have good manners, I talk well, and people don't get too upset when I call. So let's move on to weaknesses. Now, this is the part where you have to get honest, okay? It's just you doing it. You don't have to share a SWOT analysis with everyone in the world. Just be honest with yourself. What are the weaknesses that you find in this plan or in your business? So again, let's put some generic ones down here. Okay, so here's 4 generic ones here. So you may have good manners, it's a strength, absolutely, but maybe you're a nervous talker. You're one of these people who can't quite stop yourself, right? You talk your way all the way out of a deal, or you are a and and but and like kind of person. I'm the same way. I'm really trying to get that out of the way I speak. So you're like like, but, yeah. Okay, you have no system in place. There's no system. So you're just kind of looking up Zillow, finding expires and going through them and whatever, but you don't actually have an accountable system to put them into places. There's nothing like Redx or Vulcan 7 or something like that. And the last one is you have poor follow-up. Yeah, you can sit on the phone for 4 hours and just dial, and hopefully you hit the jackpot. But if you don't dial, the people that you spoke to already or had quick conversations with, your follow-up is terrible. Someone who said, yeah, you know what, and maybe in 6 months I'll be looking at that. Well, you didn't follow up a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later to keep on top of that project. So these are the weaknesses that we're seeing right now in what we're doing. Looking at that, what are our opportunities here? What are the opportunities we have for growth? Well, I like to just look at my weaknesses and think about, okay, how can I push them on? How can I make them better? So my weaknesses are I'm a nervous talker. So an opportunity for sure is role play or an accountability partner or something like that. Okay, I say like. I need to practice my script. So I need to practice my script 30 minutes a day. So as well as 4 hours of my calling, I need to take 30 minutes and practice my script. So I have no system in place. So I really need to look for that. Is it Redx, Vulcan 7, something else? And then I have poor follow-up. So the opportunity for me is to really figure out with a tutorial and a CRM or Redx or Vulcan 7, okay, how do I follow up? What's the process here? How do I put this into place to make sure that I'm not missing things? And last one here, guys, we're going to be looking at the threats. So what are the threats here? So you really have to think about this, right? Think about your business or the thing that you're analyzing here. What are the threats? So the threats for this might be other agents, right? They're getting up earlier. They're calling those expireds a lot earlier than you are. So you're going to have to figure that out, how to get up early, how to build the schedule where you're calling at a better time frame than your competition. Another threat that can come up is the overarching feel of rejection, right? Internally, when we get rejected, if we're calling all the time, it can really play a part in us just like, oh, this is just the worst. And it can be a real threat to the momentum that you've put into this side of your business already. So you have to be mentally strong to do this side of the business. So you have to get over that fear of rejection. Okay, another threat could be getting distracted by other ways of doing the business, right? Social media, like video, like open houses, whatever it is that comes up. The threat there is that you get so distracted with all these other ways to do your business that you don't give this a fair trial. Like, okay, well, I've been doing all this stuff, but I've only been doing it for 3 weeks and like I'm not seeing results and this is just not good enough. Well, you got to give it a lot more time. You got to do this for like 6 months at least to be able to say, you know what, this isn't working for me. So the threat really is the shiny object syndrome, right? Okay, so let's zoom out here and just take a look at what we've got here. So I just want to kind of show you quickly how this works, right? This is how you analyze if it's working, what's not working, how you can grow from it. So our strengths are a good script, okay? So we followed the script from Brandon Mulrennan. He's the man at this. I know it works, and I know I just keep on pushing with that script. My work ethic is dialed in. I've got it in my calendar for 4 hours a day. I'm just calling. I'm going to commit to this. And then I know that I've got good manners on the phone and I come across well to potential leads. So with the strengths, we're not just, boasting there and we're being like, that bit's cool. You just want to be like, cool, that bit's nailed in. Like, I know I can do that. So I have faith in myself to use those strengths to my advantage. I'm a bit of a nervous talker. I stutter. I say, So I'm going to have to look at that. Maybe I get on YouTube and research, public speaking or how to eliminate ums and ahs, and there's a lot of content out there with that, with public speaking coaches and stuff, which is amazing. And I've gone through it as well, and I'm currently going through another one where I'm trying to get rid of it because I say like all the time and but all the time. So that's something that we can work on to make sure we dial our script in even better. Okay, we have no system in place, okay? So we've looked at the opportunities, no system in place. We want to get a Red X or a Vulcan 7 to put in place and make sure that's helping us build our business systematically. And it's also going to address the poor follow-up. It's going to remind us, it's going to send us emails, send us notifications to follow up with A, B, C, this person, this person, this person. Cool. So really I've taken those weaknesses and listed the opportunities of how I'm actually really going to combat those weaknesses and become better at what I'm doing. And then the last one is threats, okay? What do we need to watch out for here? Well, other agents, right? There's so many agents who do this side of the business. How am I going to compete with them? How am I going to get better than them? Who's the best person in my market that's doing this? Okay, I'm going to either call them, chat with them, or I'm just going to watch them, see what they're doing, see if I can find them on social media and follow them for a little bit, or I'm just going to get up earlier. I'm going to call it 8 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. or I'm going to do whatever. So just look for those different agents who are doing it. There's a lot of like Facebook groups and other groups that you can find, like FSBO Expired, Vulcan 7 people, they have a ton of groups. So you can jump in there and really get advice from other agents. The fear of rejection, huge one, is one of the main reasons why I don't cold call. I do not like getting rejected because I don't like being sold to that way. So when someone says it back to me, I just don't feel great about myself. Now, I have no problem with cold calling. I have agents that work with me who crush it in cold call. So I have no problem with that. I just have that. So if you have a fear of rejection or the rejections are just getting to you, you have to build a bulletproof mindset to push yourself further. And then of course the shiny object syndrome, right? A big one for all of us, regardless of which way you grow the business. If you're going to do something like this, I have to focus on it for 6 months. It's in my calendar for 6 months. And then I'll judge the outcomes and the ROI for what I'm doing. So that is a SWOT analysis, guys. Really quick example of like something like calling expires. You can do that for your entire business, for every piece of your business and as your business as a whole. I really like to do this every quarter with kind of my main things that I'm pushing into and my main goals that I have throughout the quarter, to really look at it and being like, okay, like what am I good at? Cool, I'm going to nail that. What am I weak at? I need to work on this strategically. What are my opportunities here to build? And then what are the threats that could come up for me when I'm trying to build this side of the business? So Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. Have you used a SWOT analysis before? Is this helpful for you? Do you want to run through one together? Let me know. I'd be happy to do it because I love this kind of stuff. I use this in my business as a constant, and it's really helped me grow over the last couple of years. So if you like this stuff, guys, subscribe to the channel. We also have a weekly newsletter that goes out on Monday for real estate agents, all about productivity. So you can subscribe for that in the link below as well. And we will see you on the next one.